Also exercise by getting the heart rate and improving blood circulation. It can help to deliver oxygen and nutrients to the skin, which keeps the skin healthy, promotes collagen production, and promotes new skin cells, which keeps the skin looking glowing. So besides exercise, releases happy hormones, which makes your skin also rejuvenate. And of course, know your skin type in choosing your skincare products, what may work. So next slide, this next slide already. What may work with others may not work for you. So test it first in your inner arm. So next is always wear sunblock, especially if you're going outdoors. There are different kind of sunblock actually nowadays. So there is an oral preparation which you can take as a capsule, and there is the usual one which may be cream or gel, and there is the new one. Those, since we are always inside, so we need to be protected also with the blue lights from the gadgets. So that's the latest innovation for the skincare. And next, but the most important also is if there are skin problems, always go to the professional, not to Dr. Google. So next slide is how important is sleep. Okay, so not getting enough sleep can have negative impacts on our mental and physical health. So make sure you're maintaining a healthy sleep schedule to enjoy these benefits of good night's sleep. So a good night's sleep can enhance your memory and problem-solving skills. Maintaining a healthy sleep schedule help you stay motivated, alert, and engaged. And a full night's sleep can help your mood and even prevent feelings of depression. So a solid night of sleep can also help you maintain a healthy weight, and it helps your immune system stay strong. So of course, the less you sleep, the harder it can be to fight the common infection, which is very important, especially at this point in time. And while you're asleep, your body repairs important cells and tissues. So remember, more than the quantity of sleep, it is actually the quality of sleep that counts. Thank you, and back to you, Jello.
Thank you so much, Dr. Noreen. Such great insights. We look forward to hearing more from you at the Q&A later. I'd like to remind everyone once again that this session is being recorded for your information. Now for our next speaker, we have with us a remarkable entrepreneur who is making her mark in the real estate industry. A graduate with a degree in management and specializing in entrepreneurship at DLSU Manila, our guest speaker also studied in Shanghai, London, and New York. She is one of the few certified international property specialists in the world under the National Association of Realtors in the USA. She has also a decorated career in real estate with world-renowned companies such as CB Richard Ellis, Ayala Land Premier, and Sotheby's Philippines. As the business owner of Allure Manila, which offers hand-picked and curated home beauty devices, our featured professional will share insights on the health aspects of beauty and skincare. Let us all welcome to the virtual stage the CEO and founder of Property Global International Real Estate Services and Allure Manila, Patricia Cruz.
Thank you, Jello. Thank you, Jello. Hello, BNI. I'm Patricia Cruz, founder of AllureManila.co. No one predicted that a virus would change the world. And like most people during the pandemic, I experienced varying stages of emotions. The simple routine we do to de-stress, like watching a movie or eating out, were no longer possible. My outlet for beauty and relaxation triggered my entrepreneurial mindset and converted my form of self-love and self-care to create my very own e-commerce business of personally handpicked and curated at-home beauty devices, and soon our own skincare line. Aside from this, let me share with you 5 ways that helped me care for myself at home during the pandemic. First is gratitude attitude. I start each morning by giving thanks. Throughout the day, I fill my mind with positive thoughts through daily mass, reading, or watching short motivational video for positive energy that will hopefully inspire someone else. Second, lessen screen time, especially on social media. After a long day of non-stop Zoom meeting, you just want to relax your eyes and unwind. I use our eye massager with hot compress while I listen to soothing music that will help relieve my tired eyes and I can get a good night's sleep. Third is move. It may sound like a cliche, but exercising is not just good for your health, but it helps to release endorphins and other neurotransmitters that makes us happy, like dancing with Fitness Marshall on YouTube for me. So move and do something fun, and don't forget to hydrate. Third is have your me time. Sorry, that's fourth. So definitely, it's my personal favorite. You have to find time to take care of yourself. I know our choices may be limited, and there are always other things to do, but you have to give yourself a break because you cannot keep running on empty. When I find myself languishing, I take a break and I do a different activity, which is scrapbooking, so I can reminisce my fondest travels. Or I also have a spa night wherein I use different equipments so that I'll be looking fresh the next day. Fifth is surround yourself with people good for your mental health. I'm really glad to join BNI again. The positive, supportive attitude is sometimes really hard to get by, sometimes even from your own family and friends. And for me, I choose my battles wisely. I try to veer away from people who are negative. In short, dead masanega except for COVID. Self-care is not just about beauty. It goes beyond that. It is choosing yourself and investing in you. When you look good, you feel good. Each one of us will fight our own battle. So rest if you must, but we must not quit. And most of all, give yourself grace. Be kind not just to others, but most importantly to ourselves. Again, I'm Patricia Cruz of AllureManila.co. Back to you, Chris.
Nice. Thank you so much, Pat. Rest if you must, but you shouldn't quit. Pat, do you recognize this? Well, I got this from Pat.
Oh, yeah. Thank you.
Okay. All
That's
right.
your props pala.
Yeah. Okay. Up next, our featured professional is making strides with her healthy food business. An electronics and communications engineering graduate from UST, she spent about 25 years working for top IT corporations such as IBM and Oracle as a systems engineer, project manager, consulting sales manager, and country head of consulting services. In 2013, she made the big leap from her corporate life to pursue her passion, healthy eating. She started her food business, Jack's Fruit, with a desire to help herself, her family, and friends to eat right, to enjoy life better. Jack's Fruit offers a variety of energy snacks, which I'm so excited to try, with low-carb desserts being the newest addition to the healthy menu. Let us get to know the nitty-gritty of healthy eating with our featured entrepreneur. Let us all welcome the founder of Jack's Fruit, Miss Jackie Marcelino.
Thank you, Chris. I'm Jackie Marcelino. I'm a proud member of BNI Elite. When I had my breast surgery 20 years ago, I realized that I really needed to take care of myself. So I started to exercise. However, I learned that it wasn't enough. So I needed to change my eating habits. This led me to my wellness journey. When I left my corporate job 8 years ago, I wanted to help myself, my family, and friends to eat healthy. So I created Jack's Fruit. Next, please. What did I learn in my wellness journey? First, know why you want to eat healthy. After that, you just need to do it consistently several times. Then it becomes a habit, a way of life. You are what you eat. Yes, junk food tastes great. But according to CDC, a poor diet can lead to health problems for your mind and body. And finally, think long term. I learned that for a diet to work, it should be sustainable. Fad diets come and go. I remembered before, South Beach, Cohen, but being mindful of what you eat will really help you sustain it. Next. So I'm sharing with you my favorite tips on healthy eating. Tip number 1, start with simple swaps so you don't feel overwhelmed. So replace white rice with brown rice, white sugar with coconut sugar, and use your air fryer to cook your food instead of deep frying. Tip number 2, I use the 80-20 rule. I eat healthy 80% of the time and enjoy your favorite foods in moderation as special treats less than 20% of the time. Tip number 3, you cannot eat what you don't have. So do not buy junk food if you want to avoid them. And please don't buy when you are hungry or stressed, because it actually affects your psychological way of buying. So instead, treat yourself with the right foods that are great for your body, like high fiber grains, nuts, seeds, berries, and dark chocolates, which you can also find in jackfruit. Tip number 4, pick your poison. Yes, strive to eat healthy. All of these things in the screen, strive to eat them. But for the 20%, choose the cheat foods that you love so you don't feel deprived. I myself, I'm happy to say that I'm turning 59, but I'm maintenance free because I also indulge on my favorite things, which is desserts. And tip number 5, lastly, eat smart. Start your day with a good breakfast. End it with a light dinner 3 to 4 hours before bedtime, so you can help your digestion and help you sleep better. So you are more energized, happier, and healthier. Thank you. Back to you, Jello.
Thank you so much, Jackie. We look forward to hearing more from you at the Q&A later. And I personally cannot wait to start applying those tips to my own eating journey. Let's move on to our next speaker. This featured business executive is passionate in his advocacy for helping local farmers utilizing endemic Philippine plants as effective herbal ingredients, and most importantly, bringing to the Filipinos a consciousness for better health and improved quality of life through the Radio Veritas program like Body and Soul, and through the vlogs like Kalusugan Muna. For the last 20 years, he has been proudly developing Filipino-branded food supplement products like Ampalaya Plus, Renalin, Guyamax, Turmericab Plus, and others, which are sold in leading drugstores and exported worldwide. Let us learn more about the significance of health supplements with this featured entrepreneur. Let's welcome our next speaker, the founder and CEO of Natural Quality Corporation, Benson Sian.
Hi, good afternoon. Thank you, Jello. Good evening, everyone. I'm Benson Sian, proud member of BNI Grid. Okay. The world has so-called blue zones where people live to remarkable old age while staying healthy, active, alert, independently functioning senior citizens. Fairy tale? No, this is for real. WHO defines self-care as the ability of individuals, family, community to promote health, prevent disease, maintain health, and cope with illness and disability with or without the support of a healthcare provider. Aspects of self-help are shown in these 7 pillars, shown in the slide now. Note how similar these 7 pillars are to the blue zone diagram here. Health programs like our weekly radio program Body and Soul and our vlog Kalusugan Muna help support promotion of health information, which is an advocacy of ours and is one of the cited factors in self-care. You can't take care of yourself if you don't know how to. Among Filipinos, we often hear, nasa lahi kasi namin, as a reason for our health condition. Definitely, Filipinos are not more prone or more predisposed to get sick from these chronic degenerative diseases. But consistent with the experience in the blue zone and the 7 pillars of self-care is a concept of eating a healthy whole food diet combined with exercise to combat diseases. This is Poch Bermudez. At one point, look at his picture down there at the corner. At one point, he was close to 300 pounds, diagnosed to be diabetic placed on insulin. Then he decided to eat healthy, exercise regularly. He goes on to train to be a triathlete and then forming a group of diabetic triathletes under the team name Triabetics. What we do on our own matters. Things we do and the choices we make daily matters and impacts our health. Your genes will not necessarily define your future, but your daily choices may have a heavier impact on the future of your health. As a final thought, I leave you a quote from Bruce Lee. Knowing is not enough. We must apply. Willing is not enough. We must do. Thank you very much. And back to you, Chris.
Thank you so much, Ben's choices over genes. Really. And since December, I have been drinking the light herbal tea Salabat, and I've been taking Goya Max and Ampalaya Plus, and I'm really healthy. Thank you, Benz. What an insightful session we have so far, and we are now down to our last speaker for today. Our featured professional is a hotelier, professional network marketer, and entrepreneur by profession with a psychology and hotel management background. A graduate from the De La Salle University with Bachelor of Arts degree in psychology. She also holds a hotel management degree from the Hotel Institute of Montreux, Switzerland. In 2013, she embarked on her career in pranic healing and started to learn the healing and meditation practice for 8 years. She holds notable titles related to the practice, such as Certified Associate Pranic Healer and Erratic Yoga Level 2 Practitioner and Licensed Trainer, Certified Naturopathic Psychological First Aider, and Certified Aromatherapy Specialist. Adding to her decorated career in pranic healing, she also represents the Pranic Healing Foundation of the Philippines in several local and international lectures, seminars, and interviews. I'm sure you know who she is. Let us all welcome the founder of Solistic Clinic, Ms. Zarina Malyari.
Thank you, Chris. Hello, BNI. I'm Zarina Malyari, a proud member of BNI All Stars, and I'm here to talk to you about pranic healing and energy. So basically, it's a no-touch healing system based on the fundamental principles that the body has the innate ability to heal itself. And we utilize life force, energy, or prana to accelerate the body's inborn ability to repair itself. And it's practiced by hundreds of thousands of people across the world. And as a pranic healer, we direct this energy to accelerate the body's capacity to inner heal and self-repair on all levels. It also works by aligning the body's energy system so that the energy is able to flow freely through the body, mind, and soul. And we also scan to identify blockages, depletions, and overactivity. And these abnormalities can actually manifest as physical illnesses, stress, depression, or a combination of all. So my role is to cleanse and also replace those used up or dirty negative energies. And there's thousands of miraculous healing stories that have been documented with the use of pranic healing, including the full spectrum of physical and psychological conditions like headache, flu, ulcers, back pains, asthmas, migraines, mental illnesses, and so on. No? And it's not intended to replace any conventional medicine, but rather to complement it. We also use a unique meditation called Meditation in Twin Hearts, which is developed by the founder, Master Cho Kok Sui, who's a Filipino. So pranic healing originated here. And this helps with flushing out all those negative energies. No? And we offer this free online guided meditation sessions daily. Some benefits of pranic healing and meditation in Twin Hearts involve improved health, reduce stress, anxiety, even depression, sharper mind, and greater happiness, increase self-esteem. You can also become a channel of that divine energy. You can increase your good luck. It's also used for body sculpting, for weight loss, and energetic facials or facelifts. Did you know that? Pranic healing is also safe for children, animals, and there's even new research that amplifies that's that also has results that it amplifies positive emotional regulation. It's also very effective for team building and emotional intelligence. So remember, these trying times, where your thought goes, energy flows. And always remember, don't panic, do pranic. Thank you. Back to you, Jello and Chris.
Well said, Sarina. Such amazing insights from all of our wonderful speakers today. Right, Chris?
Yes, yes. Don't panic, don't panic. I will soon book a session with Zarina. That is a commitment I give myself. And there's even more insights to come as we kick off our panel discussion. Join me in welcoming once again Dr. Medi Idadolion, Dr. Noreen Molina, Pat Cruz, Jackie Marcelino, Benson Sian, and Zarina Malyari. Jello, it's
All right. Hello, everyone. Now we're going to get straight into our panel discussion. Our first question is actually for Dr. Nareen. Doctora, what are some of the skincare mistakes that damage the skin? Dr. Nareen, you're muted again.
Nakamute. Okay, there are a lot actually of things that you can do to damage your skin, but most important is being exposed to sun without protection. It is actually the most common cause of damaging or aging skin. And another one is using the wrong products, and of course, not cleaning your skin after using makeup. Also, trying a lot of products whose decision of purchase is influenced by social media. So remember, these products are being promoted, so everything that they say is actually amazing. So yun. Thank you, Jello.
Thank you so much. Chris?
nice. Thank you, Dr. Noreen. Let's take note of those. Sun care always. And for you, Pat, what skincare items are worth the investment, you think?
Well, for me, just like Dr. Noreen, it really is sunblock as well. I mean, we don't really go hot, but it's so hot, and all the heat, even through our walls, would penetrate anyway. And since I'm in my 30s already, my main concern is anti-aging. So I use a very good eye cream because it's definitely a giveaway nowadays. And right now, it's the only thing that's seen. So I use an eye cream and an eye massager, which actually helps me de-stress and makes my eyes look vibrant and fresh after all those online meetings, right? And lastly, I also want to note that people have varying needs. So the products that they want to apply on their face will depend on that. Some may want to be fairer or they have acne problems. And not, like what I said earlier, as for me, I want to look youthful. Sometimes I get lazy on putting on eye cream. So like you, Chris, you've invested on an LED mask, which is a light emitting diode that emits varying wavelengths of light that treat different skin concerns. So it's really my go-to right now because it's a one-stop fix all. That's for me. Thank
All
you.
right. Thank you so
Thank you,
much for
Pat.
that.
Sorry.
All right. Next up, we have a question for Jackie Marcelino. Jackie, with fast food deliveries being the most accessible they've ever been during the pandemic, how do you make the shift to healthy eating and preparing healthy food at home? Miss Jackie, I think you're muted.
Sorry, I was muted. Uh, so when you experience bloating, constipation, palpitations, and mood swings, it's time to check the kind of food you are eating. So you need to choose to eat foods that are kind to your body. And it's best to prepare them at home instead of takeouts because you know what's inside them.
All right. Thank you. Chris?
Thank you.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Jack. Now, this is for Benson Sian. Benz, what are some popular misconceptions with health supplements?
Okay, I think foremost are that food supplements are dangerous and that they do not work. Okay, so my response to that is it really depends. That's why it pays to get food supplement brands that you can trust on. Remember, people will not continue to buy a product if it does not work or if it is dangerous. Okay, so pick a product with a long track record, with a history, and you can check online if there are any bad adverse reports about the product. Yeah.
Thank you for that. Our next question is for Zarina. Zarina, with all the anxieties brought by the pandemic, how can I prepare my mental state to meditate effectively?
Well, you can actually start by setting the intention, and then you can resolve to practice diligently, regardless of how your meditation session goes. And then, if you have maybe thoughts or emotions that kind of arise, just set them aside for that time. And one of the most effective is actually to adjust your posture. So when you just sit and relax and just release the tension and let it go, your meditation session will definitely work. And lastly, ensure you aren't tired, sleepy, or agitated before you meditate, so that you don't meditate on that.
All right.
Thank you, Zars. When you mentioned posture, all of us really straightened our back. Did you notice that?
Yeah, I saw. It
Okay.
always works.
Okay. All right, I straightened my back. All right. And the last question is for Dr. Medi. What are some easy health habits that anyone can start, whatever their lifestyle?
Well, we can start using stairs and furniture as makeshift gym equipments, and we can also avoid elevators if you're just going up to 5 flights of stairs. Also, drink 2 liters of water every day and avoid too much sugar. Limit fast foods to just 2 meals a week. You can also take a 10-minute walk and go to bed half an hour earlier. Thank you.
Okay, that is really nice. Thank you, Doc Medi. Wow, such great points so far from our speakers. Did you enjoy all of them? I did. One of the best takeaways I had is from Dr. Noreen. Go to a professional and not to Dr. Google. I like that. Okay, so I'd like to remind everyone again that if you have questions for our speakers, you are more than free to type them down in the chat room. And hopefully we'll be able to answer all of them during the Q&A right after this. Now let's carry on with our discussion. And my first question is for Dr. Medi. Dr. Medi again, this is a question. Yeah, what do I need to know first before I consider getting therapy?
What do you need to consider first? Okay, it is very important that we have a consultation first with an integrative doctor or any other doctors that you prefer on more comfortable in visiting. So let us not decide on which therapies to have, but let the doctor decide for yourself.
Right. Thank you for that, Doctora. Next question is for Doctora Noreen. What are some effective ways to fix your body clock into a regular sleeping pattern?
Sleeping actually is a habit. So, in forming a good one, it is developing a routine which you will follow by heart. So if you want to be asleep by 10, so maybe at 8 to 9, you are already preparing to sleep. So no gadgets before sleeping, as the blue lights actually continuously excites our brain cells. So even if you are resting, your mind is still awake. So brain is also very sensitive to light. So it detects light as day, so it will resist you falling asleep. So when it's turned to sleep, so make your room dark, so it simulates nighttime also. So that's all.
Nice. Thank you so much, Doc Noreen. And sleep is really crucial to good health. The next question from one of our participants is for you, Pat. How do I know if my skincare routine is effective?
Okay, so, well, first your face will look supple, and you will notice when you look at the mirror, and you'll hear people say, oh, you look blooming. So I think yan yung number one indication. It's also important to know the products of the ingredients that you will be using. You know, if it complements with your current skincare that you're already using. And then, of course, most products, they normally take at least 4 weeks to take into effect. So be patient with your skincare regimen and track the results on your skin. If you have any discomfort or irritation, immediately stop. And like always, you have to consult with your dermatologist.
Right. Thank you for that. I would like to remind our panelists that there are questions for them in the Q&A tab below. You may type your answers to some of those, as we have a limited amount of time. Our next question is once again for Jackie Marcelino. Jackie, what's the best way to deal with cravings for fast food and junk food?
Yes, if you really need to order fast foods, there are a lot of smart options in the menu. So examples are you choose roasted and air-fried food with side salad. But really, to manage your cravings, it's best to stock your fridge or your pantry with healthy and delicious treats that are high in fiber and high in protein. So you can satisfy your cravings. Thank you.
Very nice, Jack. And I remembered what you said earlier that, you do not eat what you do not have. All right. So don't
Yes.
put anything in your fridge that you don't want to eat. Now, the next question from our chat room, from our Q&A chat room is for you, Mr. Benson Sian. What factors should be considered when choosing the health supplement that is right for me? Because there are just so many out there. Benz?
Okay.
Vince, you're muted.
Offhand, I will not choose food supplements that overclaim, that claim to be cure-all. I will eliminate all of those immediately. I will pick food supplements that uses ingredients that are found in common food. For example, in Okinawa, they eat a lot of ampalaya, bitter melon. Okinawa is one of the blue zones in the world where people live up to ripe old age of 100 years old. So something as safe as ampalaya is safe to take every day. Balbaspusa is called Java tea in Indonesia. It's taken every day in Indonesia, so we know it's really safe. Balbaspusa helps you clean your kidneys, helps lower your uric acid. So we know these kinds of herbs are safe to take on a daily basis. So these are the type of food supplements that I would take. Thank you.
Thank you very much for that. Our last question is for Zarina. Zarina, with a very limited space at home, can I still meditate effectively? How do I make the most out of the cramped confines that I find myself in at times?
Well, actually, with meditation, you don't really need a huge space, just where you can sit comfortably, and make sure you have a dedicated space and make it sacred, no? And you can set a schedule for that. You can make sure it's the time when nobody's walking around or being busy at home. And one of the things that you can do is probably even use earphones or earplugs to avoid distracting noises. And just in case it's not available like your usual place, you can have a backup area, no? And just make sure that it doesn't deter you from practicing your daily meditation. And also, when you develop your meditation skill, you can zone out. Even if it's noisy, you can actually end up meditating.
What an enriching discussion we've had from everyone. Thank you to all of our wonderful speakers for sharing such valuable insights. I'm sure all these learnings sparked the interest in our audience to dig deeper into self-care. And so now, allow me to open our virtual floor to questions. Panelists, we will be asking a couple of questions of you. We'd ask you to answer these as quickly as possible, as our time is kind of limited. We want to hear the thoughts of our attendees today. So don't be afraid to ask away and type your questions in the chat box. Right, Chris?
Yes. And since we only have a limited time, we will only choose 3 questions from the chat box. But don't worry, if you have more questions, you are more than welcome to schedule one-to-one sessions with our amazing speakers. And so, to our dear speakers, please answer very quickly, and maybe you could try to speak fast as I do now. Okay,
Right.
This is a question from PD Ong Chanko to Dr. Noreen Molina. What is your take on night shift employees? Is it okay that they sleep on the day and work at night? Beautiful
It's not
question.
okay, but it's their job. So if they don't have a choice, actually they really need to make up for it. But sleeping at night is actually entirely different when you're sleeping at day, because at night it is the time that your metabolism slows down and you're awake at that. And during the day, your metabolism is supposed to be up, but you're sleeping, so your metabolism also goes down. So it's actually one of the reasons why night shift employees actually gain weight.
Oh,
Amazing. All right.
okay.
Thank you for that. Our next question is for Doc Noreen. Doc, do I need to wear sunblock even if I don't go out into direct sunlight, or even if I go out after 3 p.m.?
Yes, actually, even if it's raining, the sun is still there. Hindi naman siya nawawala, di ba? So anyway, there are actually products now that are made protection from gadgets blue light also. So you can use it indoor. But if you are going out, it is really important to apply it at least 30 minutes before going out for it to be absorbed by the skin. And you should be really particular of the sunblock, not only being the SPF, not only taking the consideration of the SPF, but also of the quality of the ingredients that it contains. It should have both the sunblock and the sunscreen ingredients to protect you fully. And reapply every 2 hours to 3 hours if you are especially in the beach or directly exposed to the sun.
All right. Thank you so much, Doc Noreen. And the next question is for Zarina, although she already answered it in the chat box, that maybe Zars, you can again answer just very briefly. What are some benefits you experienced after meditating the Twin Hearts?
Well, of course, blissing out, getting blissed out after the meditation. And also, you will notice some people have, aside from what I wrote already in the Q&A section, some people have noticed clearer skin and youthful looks. So it's very beneficial in that sense if you want to look for physical benefits. But more than that, it helps really flush out the negative energies in your body, therefore making you healthier at all levels. There.
Nice.
All right. Our next question comes from Will Desena. This is for Jackie. Is it true that proper diet without exercise is a fallacy?
Sorry, for me, actually, personally, I prefer to do both. You cannot really do one without the other. And it really, well, my personal experience is that I started with fitness and I saw that it's also an 80-20 rule. So you need to work out to get out the right hormones, but you really need to eat healthy so that you can fuel yourself for your workout. So it really comes hand in hand. So there's no, I've seen people working out without diet, and I've seen people dieting without working out. So I really believe that it has to work together.
All right, thank you for that. We have another question, but we don't have time for it. So I'd like to ask Doc Noreen to answer in the chat. Which oral sunblock would you recommend? And are these alternatives? Are these alternatives to topical? Could you please answer in the chat, na lang, Doc Noreen? Thank you so much. All right, now we are getting to the fun part of today's session. We're gonna go through the fast talk segment. I just want to tell everyone in the audience that our panelists have not been briefed on any of these, so this is gonna be fun. All right, our first question, really quick. Zar, we're on you. One word answers, really quick. What makes you the angriest?
Nothing.
Wow.
I can't
all
think
right.
of anything.
What is more
Takes a
important,
lot.
truth or happiness?
Truth.
Truth. All right.
Wow, nice, nice. Doc Mary, what always brings a smile to your face?
My loved ones, my puppy.
Oh, how nice. And what was your favorite game as a child?
Favorite game as a child, chess.
Oh, I love
Oh,
chess.
wow.
What food do you, now we're going to Jackie. Jackie, what food do you crave the most?
Dark chocolate.
Oh.
Delicious. If you were an animal, what kind of animal would you be?
Maybe a fish. Sorry, I'm not fan of animals.
That is so nice. Okay, this is for Benz. Benz, would you rather be rich or famous?
Rich.
Oh, but you're already famous, so you already have both. Okay, would you rather trade some intelligence for looks, or would you trade your looks for intelligence? But then again, you have both. That's a difficult question, Benz.
I prefer intelligence.
Okay, because you
Good
already have the
answer.
looks anyway. All right.
All right, Pat, your turn in the hot seat. Pat, if you were a superhero, what powers would you want to have?
The one that can transport anywhere.
Teleportation. Perfect.
Teleportation.
Okay, now if you had the power of teleportation, where would you rather live? Beach or mountain?
So hard. Beach. Since I haven't been to the for like almost 2 years now, so beach.
Nice answer. I like that. And for you, Doc Noreen, if you had a time machine, would you go back in time or visit the future?
Future.
Ah, wonderful. If you could change anything about yourself, what would it be?
My come.
Your what?
My waistline.
Ah, your waistline. Okay, you want it to be 26. All right. Thank you
Alright.
so much, everyone.
Yeah, time sure flies when we're having all of this fun, no? What about you, Chris? Are there any self-care tips that stood out for you in our session today?
Oh, there are just so many. There are just so many to say. And in the limited amount of time, I think I would stick with what Ben said because, of course, I love grit. No, kidding. Okay. Ben said that you cannot take care of yourself if you do not know how. So I hope that all the speakers provided us with some how, the ways on how.
Well said, Chris. We at BNI hope that you all learned a lot from today's enriching webinar, and we hope today's session has guided you in your journey towards a healthier you.
Yes, and there we have it. Sadly, we have reached the end of our session. We are again very, very grateful to all of you, our wonderful speakers, for taking time off your very busy schedule and to share your wisdom with us. And would you like to wave goodbye or say goodbye to to everyone,
Yes.
our attendees? Maybe?
Speakers, thank you so much. Please, thank you for attending. Thank you everyone for attending. Thank you so much to our speakers. Thank you so much. Let's stay in touch, everyone. Remember to stay tuned to our social media pages and Viber groups for upcoming sessions in the webinar series. If you have any inquiries or questions, you may also contact us directly through our Facebook page or through any of the contact details that we posted earlier, and we'll be happy to answer them. Once again, I'm your host, Jello Clavano.
Alam mo na, Jello Clavano, and I am your co-host, Chris Lorenzana, and this has been our third session for Future Redefining Healthcare as Self-Care. Thank you for staying with us until the end, and we hope to see you in our next event. And before we part ways, thank you so much, everyone, for joining us. I hope it has been worth your 1 hour. And with a heart full of inspiration, let us ponder on these beautiful words of my favorite poet, Rumi. He said, "Gratitude is wine for the soul. Go on, get drunk." I hope you will make gratitude a part of your self-care. Good night, everyone. Good evening. Bye.